Artificial intelligence isn't just science fiction anymore, right? It's a core part of how we do business. We're relying on it for pretty much everything, from customer service chatbots to forecasting our finances. But this deep reliance, well, it's opened the door to a new and honestly kind of sneaky threat.
I mean, really, just stop and think about that for a second. What happens when the very technology you've brought in to make your business smarter and faster gets quietly sabotaged from the inside? Imagine the chaos. Your company's chatbot, which is the first point of contact for so many of your customers, just starts spewing total gibberish, or even worse, offensive stuff. The damage to your brand's reputation, it could be instant and really, really bad. Or what about your analytics? That tool you lean on for your big strategic moves starts feeding you forecasts that are just wildly off. You could end up making some disastrous decisions about inventory, marketing, you name it, all because you were basing it on corrupted data. These aren't just little glitches. They're symptoms of a much bigger problem.
Okay, so what exactly is this threat? Well, it has a name: AI data poisoning. Let's break down how this whole thing works. At its heart, AI poisoning is basically a data integrity attack. You've got hackers intentionally slipping bad, corrupted data into these huge data sets that large language models, the LLMs, use for their training. And because these models learn from whatever they're fed, well, corrupted information is going to lead to corrupted results.
Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine dropping just a few drops of ink into a big glass of water. It doesn't take much at all to cloud up the whole thing, does it? We're not talking about corrupting half the data here. Just a few poisoned bits of information can subtly but completely change the output and make the entire model totally unreliable.
And the scale of this vulnerability it's honestly shocking. Get this, according to the AI safety company Anthropic, it can take as few as 250 bad documents to poison a model that's been trained on millions of sources. That number is just incredibly small, and that's what makes this threat so powerful and so darn hard to protect against.
So, you're probably wondering, how does this malicious data actually get into the system in the first place? Let's take a look at the main ways it happens, what we call the attack vectors. Okay, there are three main ways this goes down. First, you've got public data manipulation. This is where bad actors quietly go and edit things like web pages or forum posts, adding false information because they know that AI models are constantly scraping the web for new data to learn from. Then there's supply chain attacks. This happens when a third-party data provider, someone you trust, gets compromised and they unknowingly pass that poisoned data on to you. And finally, and this one is the most insidious, are targeted triggers. An attacker can hide a malicious instruction that only gets activated when a very specific keyword is used. This means the poison can just lie there, dormant and totally undetected, for months. And that really gets to the core of the challenge here. These little poison data points are buried within millions, sometimes billions, of perfectly good ones. They are literally designed to just blend in, which makes finding them almost impossible. It truly is like searching for a needle in a massive and constantly growing digital haystack. Now, I know this all sounds pretty scary, but you are not helpless. Let's pivot from the problem to the solution. We're going to walk through 4 concrete steps you can take to start building up your defenses. All right, first up, vet your AI vendors. I mean, really vet them. Don't just ask if they're secure. Make them prove it. Ask them straight up, can you show me your data validation and anomaly detection process? Second, monitor your systems like a hawk. You need to set up alerts for any outputs that just seem off or out of character. That's your canary in the coal mine. Third, don't put all your eggs in one AI basket. You need to diversify your models. Relying on just one LLM for a critical task is a huge risk. And finally, number 4, make security a team sport. Everyone who uses these tools, from marketing all the way to operations, needs to know how to spot the signs of a compromised AI. So as we start to wrap things up here, it all really boils down to a fundamental question of trust and really understanding the nature of these tools we're using more and more. If you take away only one thing from this explainer, please let it be this. Your AI tools are only as good as the data used to teach them. You can have the most sophisticated algorithm in the world, but it doesn't matter one bit if its foundation is built on corrupted data. It's that classic saying, garbage in, garbage out. And that leaves us with one last, and I think really crucial question.
As our businesses become more and more dependent on these incredibly powerful AI systems, we absolutely have to ask, who is guarding the data? It's a question every single leader should be asking themselves right now.